Yo. Welcome into the ChrisBeCappinn Show, man. Today is September the 10th. There's only one game in the W for today, so we're going to jump into it. Should be a short, little, quick 5-minute video. 5 minutes or less. Actually, might be even less than 5 minutes. So let's do just that, man. Hit the like button for me if you can as you join. Yesterday, just a quick recap. I stayed away from most of the games. The one game that I did end up betting was I bet Golden State plus the 7.5. I had no idea the line had came down that had actually went up that much. Who was laying 7.5 points with Seattle at the crib? We talked a lot about that yesterday. I think they were 5-16 against the spread at home. They did win the game on a game winner. Shout out to Erica Willer is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, Golden State plus the points was good money last night. We needed it. Let's jump into it for today. So Jackson went 0-2 yesterday. Chelsea Gray did not go over her 16.5 points, and Asia Wilson stayed under her points, rebounds, and assists. It was a collective team effort last night, even though the Aces were able to get, I think, 90-plus points last night. They just really didn't need one player to do a lot just because the Chicago Sky stink. So 0-2 night for Jackson. I asked Jackson for 2 player props for today's game. Jackson gave me 1. Jackson likes Alicia Gray over her points prop. It says that the Atlanta Dream guard is a propelling player prop target for today's matchup against the Connecticut Sun. She recently returned from injury, demonstrating her scoring ability, putting up 15 points in less than 20 minutes of play against the Sun on Monday. While she was on a minutes restriction in that game, and potentially again today, her efficiency was notable. Hitting 5 of her 7 shots from the field. The Dream are looking to secure a top playoff seed, which means Gray is likely to remain aggressive when she's on the court. It says she's averaging 18.5 points per game this season, shooting 44.9% from the field, 38% from beyond the arc. The Connecticut Sun defense presents a favorable matchup, ranking 11th in the WNBA in opponent points per game and defensive rating. This suggests potentially higher scoring opponent opportunity for Gray, even if her minutes are managed. The analysis indicate that she doesn't have her absolute best game to reach a line around 15 points, given her recent performance and season averages. So recommend taking Alicia Gray points over. It doesn't even tell me what the line is, but taking Alicia Gray points over. Jackson might be asleep right now, man. But that's the look for Jackson today. Let's jump into the matchup for today. Real quick one. Dream Sun, 13.5 is the number. This is the last game of the season for both teams. The Dream, there is some significance here, and that's why I always come on here and talk these out so you guys will know what it is. So the Dream will most likely finish in third, in my opinion. Let's start with the injury report, like we always do. So Jordan Canada is listed as probable. Olivia Nelson-Ododa is listed as doubtful, and Lacan is still listed as out. And Lacan being out, I said this in the last game. These two teams, of course, just played 2 nights ago. They played on Monday, and the Dream, the game was close. It was competitive in the first quarter, in the first half, and then I think the Connecticut Sun scored like 16 points or something crazy in the second half. Just got the doors blew off of them. Atlanta got out and ran in transition off turnovers. They just dominated the Connecticut Sun. And I talked about Lacan not being there. She was just coming off a 30-point game. Her not being there is like humongous in my opinion. So with the line flipping back home, because I think this is how many points the Dream were laying at home the other day. I mean, I think that's a clear indication that Atlanta is the right side in the game. You just worry, like in my opinion, I worry about how much effort Atlanta's going to give. If they win this game, they will jump to the second seed. They'll jump over the Aces for the second seed, but the Aces also have a game left. They play the Sparks on Thursday, and they'll probably beat the Sparks. I think they're laying like 10.5 points in that game. If both teams win, then the Aces own the tiebreaker over the Dream, and the Aces will finish second. Nobody's catching Minnesota, but they'll finish second, and the Dream will finish third. And I think that's probably what's going to end up happening. But I can't look past the Dream. The Dream are just balling right now. They're 8-1-1 against the spread in their last 10 games. It doesn't even really matter how big the line is. I went through and looked at it just to put some numbers behind what they've been doing recently. Offensively, they're just finally starting to click. And I'm not sure if that's Ryan Howard, who just had 9 threes, I think it was. But I mean, we know how good they are defensively. Defensively, they're the second best team. Offensively, they're still the second best team as well. But last 5 games, they got a 120.8 offensive rating, which is number one in the WNBA, of course. They're number one in scoring, 94 points per game. They're winning by an average of 19 points per game. And they're starting to play fast, fourth in pace over the last 5 games compared to the full season where they're 12. So I know Connecticut at the crib can be feisty. I think Connecticut is 12-9 against the spread at home. We just saw them not even just cover a game, but win the game outright when they were getting points against the Phoenix Mercury. This is their last home game, of course. Atlanta has dominated the last 2 matchups because they have played 2 games in the month of August already, and Atlanta won the first one by 17. They won the second one by 25 the other day. So it's really hard to bet against Atlanta. I just think that we're going to see points in this game. I think Connecticut, I worry about them offensively, which is why I can't bet the over, but I do think Atlanta will be able to contribute enough. I think Connecticut defense is I don't think you're going to play too hard in the last game of the season on the defensive end. Atlanta could also not play as hard on the defensive end, but I do think that these 2 teams will be able to score the basketball. I expect it to be played fast. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like Minnesota and Indiana last night. And Indiana actually, I don't want to say they played defense, but I guess they did play a little defense. Minnesota didn't score the basketball like I projected that they would, but I think this one goes up and over the total, man. Total coming down. I see a 157.5 over on Circa. Open 158. It's up to 158.5. I think over is the right bet, especially with a super low total. So that's my thought process. As far as player props in the game, couple that really stand out to me. I think if Alicia Gray is going to be on the minutes restriction, we could go back to Ryan Howard. Her assist prop has actually been cash. We talked about this. Jackson liked her over her assist prop on the game that they played on the 8th, which was 2 nights ago. 23.5 points in assists, and she cashed that. But this is her assist prop right here. You can see 4.5. She has been diamond. I've been talking about this for a while now, just because she's been running a lot of pick and roll with the bigs. And 6'6", 5'7", 8, 6'6". Like she's been cashing. So 8 of her last 10 games, head to head. You can see 2 of the 3 matchups this season. She's gone up and over the number. Well, I think they've only played 3 times. So 2 of the 3 matchups this season, she's gone up and over the number. And then on the opposite side, we gotta go look at my girl Tina Charles. She played, of course, with this dream team. I would hope that Tina Charles comes back next season, just because she is still, in my opinion, probably a top 5 center in the WNBA. Tina Charles still get busy, man. I don't like age is nothing but a number when you talk about Tina Charles, in my opinion. So her points and assists, I think, are. Her points and rebounds, I think, are in play here. She did struggle in the last game. She only had 14. But we know it's her home games, right? And you can see the 2 games that she played against them earlier this season, she did go up and over the number 23 and 30 in those 2 games. And for whatever reason, Tina Charles has just been better at the crib. Her full season average hit rate is 57%, which is of course, profitable. If we look at just her home games this season, 76% of the games, 16-21, averaging 26. And I think that, if somebody is going to score the basketball, it's typically the big. We've seen this dream team struggle against bigs. De'Arca Hamby just had a really good game, and I mean the list goes on and on. Leah Boston had some really good games against them earlier this season as well. So that's my thought process as far as the total. I don't really want to lay this many points because with the dream, even though they have covered, but I do think Connecticut and the dream are both going to be able to score, and I like Tina Charles, man. So like I said, real quick short show. Tina Charles over points plus rebounds if I bet a player prop. We'll see what happens with the minutes restriction with Alicia Gray. Hopefully we get some notification on that. And if she is on a minutes restriction, Ryan Howard's his prop I think is still live. But I like over if I'm betting anything as far as side and total wise. Over 158.5. Best of luck on your action. Check the resources out. They're all linked in the description of the video. Support the channel. Hit the like button for me if you can. Playoffs right around the corner. We got one more day on Thursday where we have 4 games. And then playoffs actually start on Sunday. So catch you guys in the next one, man. Enjoy your what is today? Wednesday. Enjoy your Wednesday, man. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.